round.
3-0 decision.
You got Northwestern in red. Purdue's green.
Sebastian Rivera. Devin Schroder. Sebastian Rivera from Northwestern, Schroder from Purdue.
About to get started with a 125-pound quarterfinal match on mat 3 from Northwestern, Sebastian Rivera.
We are underway. Your top seed, Sebastian Rivera from Northwestern, taking on Devin Schroder. I got the wrong name there. Devin Schroder from Purdue, 125 pounds. Rivera undefeated on the season. To win over defending NCAA champion Spencer Lee of Iowa over at the Midlands Championships, their only meeting of the year. Lee, your number 2 seed.
That's what I'm on mat 4 at a point for riding time.
Schroder standing in there with them early on.
Takes an 8-5 victory in heavyweight.
I also made to come over here, but
First period ends scoreless on mat 2.
And the beautiful sounds of Cliff Retwell.
Start the second period scoreless.
High single takedown here for Rivera.
It's an 8-3 advantage for Cesar.
1 minute burned off the clock. Appreciate everybody tuning in to 2019 Big Ten Championships out here in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Early 2-0 lead in that contest.
Looks like we're going to get a fresh start here on the edge. 2-0 lead for Rivera. Whistle start, spiral ride here for Rivera.
Neutral.
And in the second period on mat 1.
Schroder up and out. That's going to be an escape. Rivera right back in on the near side. Lead leg ankle pick. Bringing it up high, looking to run it down. Got that back leg folded up. Got that bent leg Turk here. Big trouble here for Schroder. Rivera looking to scoop that bottom shoulder, arch those hips. Trouble here for Schroder. It's going to be a full count for Rivera. Big talk coming into this tournament is, will the rematch happen? Spencer Lee's had some recent ups and downs. Rivera only lost when he bumps up to 33 and took a loss, challenged himself in a duel. A lot of people were excited about it. A lot of people were critical of it. Got to respect the young man for bumping up and trying to test himself against one of the best 133 pounders in the country.
Also a video review taking place over on mat 4, 125 quarterfinal.
Schroder gets hit for stalling on bottom, kind of flattened out here. I wonder if we might get a fresh start. Rivera with a little bit of a parallel ride.
Ends over on mat 2.
Got a cross wrist tilt, tried to dive through the hole, ran out of time. Minute 43 of riding time, 8-1 lead for Sebastian Rivera.
Period at 125 on mat 3.
Green on top.
Rivera with an 8-1 over Schroder who hit in the second period.
I could probably run back in the media room.
I just got it up to 165.
Rivera defensive position to start the second period. Schroder going to look to erase some of that riding time. Up to his feet quick, peeling hands. Schroder working to the edge. Tries to redrop to a single, doesn't get it. It's going to be 9-1, and he preserves riding time at 1 minute and 34 seconds. Rivera right back in on another leg attack. This kid's pace at which he attacks, not just the pace at which he wrestles at, the pace at which he is attacking legs is special. Got a lot of guys that'll go out there and hand fight hard and move around, but the pace at which he actually is attacking the legs is special. Dad runs a club up in New Jersey. Does a phenomenal job up there with that program. Obviously, Sebastian, a product of that program. Looking to run a near wrist here. Little overall, or little near wrist ride, Blair ride. Looks like he wants to dance a little bit more. 2:15 of riding time. We're going to get a fresh start back to the center. 11-2 lead for Seabass. Schroder looking to pull down front head. Sebastian, nice little passes that elbow off, a little sidestep. Just the small things he does to create angles. Now he goes knee pull, back leg single. Close wizard situation here. Tries to loose out. Schroder's head drops. Sebastian's making it look easy here in the late part of the second period. 13-2. And approaching 2.5 minutes of riding time right here. 2019 Big Ten Championships, Minneapolis, Minnesota. They're going to get a potentially, no, we actually ran out of time. Thought that was a potentially dangerous stop. Third period.
Last of our 125-pound quarterfinal matches.
And Rivera says, I want to wrestle on my feet a little bit more. At Jimmy Kennedy, Michigan product. Oh, and a nice little little sprawl ghost like that for Schroder. And he's going to score here on the edge. Boilermaker fans here giving something to cheer about. Scoring on one of the top seeds in a 125 division. 13-4. And Schroder's got a decent amount of work to climb out of this hole. He can just barely erase riding time, but now it's back to neutral. And again, what I was talking about earlier, Rivera's pace of attacking legs is next level. 1:20. Minute 20 left in the period. Second round, 125-pound match. Northwestern coaches imploring Rivera to continue to try to score points here. A full set. We give him the tech here. Riding time locked up at this point. He's looking to walk it over. He might get the full count here. And that's going to be it. Sebastian Rivera gives up a takedown in the third period, but
at the midpoint of the second period over on mat 4, Foley with a 4-2 lead in his quarterfinal contest.
On mat 3, you're stuck with Cliff Fredwell on mat 2, and I guess we're not holding matches. Rivera, your 1 seed, the man that took Spencer Lee down earlier in the season, has been the one after that. And Rayvon Foley, if anybody has upset potential, it's Foley. Foley goes through Metzler and Piotrowski. Rivera already in on a single leg, going treetop, looking to finish. Foley showing that flexibility on the defense and is going to score the 2 out of bounds. Rivera over Schroder. Tech fall. Had a bye first round, and your 1 seed already in the driver's seat. Foley cutting back in, turning and facing, peeling hands up to his feet. This is your 125-pound Big Ten semifinal. Semis on mats 2 and 3. Appreciate everybody tuning in live on Big Ten Network, BTN to go, and Flow Wrestling, and Rivera just chewing that left leg of Foley to pieces. looks about as sharp as ever on his feet right now. 23-1 on the season. That one loss going to Micic, bumping up in the Michigan duel to 133 to test himself out. Perfect at 125. Foley 31-3, no slouch in the Big Ten either. You coming into the Big Ten tournament with only 3 losses, above average season. And we're going to get a fresh start back center. 46 seconds of riding time for Rivera. Minute and a half burned off the clock. 4-1 lead. Foley up to his feet again, cutting and facing. Cuts that lead in half. You hear Kennedy yelling at Rivera to keep him guessing. Chopping, moving his feet. Clubbing with that right side collar. And a lot of times you'll see guys, it's a little bit more difficult to circle away from the lead leg, or into the lead leg rather. Rivera does a good job of moving both ways. And just watch his attack hand. His attack hand stays so busy, that left hand. He'll just be stabbing, changing levels. That's what Kennedy's talking about, keeping him guessing. Drops anchor on the lead leg. Then he'll look backside leg attack. Stall call on Foley. Rivera looking to cut the corner. Foley covers the head. Back up to the feet. Foley fends him off. 12 seconds left in the period. Rivera still on that neutral attack. Hasn't slowed down one bit. And the more offense throws at Foley, the tougher it is for Foley to get his rolling. Foley wins the toss, chooses down. He's gotten away twice already. And we got the other 3 mats are still in the console, heavyweights. So this mat's going to move a little bit quicker than mat 3. Rivera thigh prying a claw on the right side. Foley looking to loose that leg out. Get that power line straight. Get up to his feet. Cutting, turning, and facing. Minute 11 of riding time. He keeps that intact. He'll get a point for riding time. A lot of time left to wrestle in this match, though. And Rivera, just the busy hands. He'll beat you when you reach from space. He'll beat you when you're closing distance, trying to hand fight. This kid has definitely jumped a level since he got to Northwestern. Foley trying to get that base back up under him and get to his feet. 6-3 lead for Rivera. Gets a little high there, rights the ship. He's attacking the left side. And we got the upset train coming up shortly with CJ Red. Foley up and out. And it's pretty much a takedown match at this point. Riding time's not secure. Foley gets a takedown. He ties it up. But it's going to be real tough when Rivera keeps attacking those legs like he has been. Oh, and he plants Foley on his back. A little bit of authority. Northwestern coach is getting fired up. Ten seconds left in the period. 8-4 commanding lead for Seabass. 2 minutes and 10 seconds of riding time. See what Foley's got for the top game here. Rivera, a little inside, outside leg stand up. Foley looking to trip and return. Rivera attacking hands. Finally just cuts him loose. Rivera, 2:02, still has riding time, 9-4 after that escape. And Rivera cross body attack, just mixing up his neutral attacks here. And he's gonna kind of extracurricular there on the edge. The ref didn't really say anything about it. Hadn't really seen Rivera get that chippy before. Not mad at him. 2:11 in riding time. About the best riding time you can get. 11-5. And Rivera feeling himself a little bit on his feet. Got his hands moving. Foley trying to keep him guessing with his level fakes and hand fight. Little attack from the outside. Foley picking it up a little bit. Rivera looking back leg attack. Doesn't get it. Foley ready for it this time. He's been eating that back leg up a little bit. And again on a back leg single. Here's Rivera working his way up the body. Foley up, turns and faces. That's going to be 13-6. 2:18 of riding time, 30 seconds left in the period. And Rivera pouring it on late. Don't know if we're going to see another finish. 12 seconds here. Foley trying to sit the corner. Rivera needs a duck. Either way, a takedown's not going to win the match for Foley. Rivera going to hang in on that high crotch, and the match is going to end 13-6. Your 1 seed, Sebastian Rivera, moving on to the Big Ten Finals, and we'll have the winner of Russell and Lee.
On a 1-point match, this Shakur Rashid going against the Miles Martin, and of course we're going to jump ahead to 125 here where these guys are going to get after it. Spencer Lee, the returning national champion, and Sebastian Rivera, who has a win against Lee earlier in the year at the Midlands tournament.
Here we go. The #1 ranked Sebastian Rivera going up against the defending NCAA champion, the first true freshman in 20 years to win at 125, Spencer Lee from Iowa. Here's how they got here. Rivera taking his #1 seed and sliding to the finals. And Lee with an impressive win over Russell, 8-0 in the semis. And they're matched up for the first time since December when Rivera beat Lee in the Midlands Championship. Lee did not wrestle in the dual meet between Northwestern and Iowa, so everyone in the wrestling world has been waiting for this rematch. A good look there at Spencer Lee. What a year he had last year as a true freshman, coming out of red shirt in January.
Yeah, and 4 falls in the NCAA tournament plus a major. He's just a tech fall as well, so he's really been the guy to go here. This is going to be an interesting match because, you know, Rivera was able to keep this match in space the last time that they wrestled. A lot of lateral motion, able to keep Lee from getting comfortable in his tie-ups. And at the same time, when Lee would pursue to get those ties, he was able to drop in on the shot. Look for Lee to kind of cut the ring off just like a boxer would, to kind of get into his ties and work the head a little bit, get to 2-on-1s and get to his shots.
Spencer Lee out of Murraysville, Pennsylvania, Franklin Regional High School, a 3-time state champion. Like we said, NCAA champ last year. As a true freshman, 2-time junior world champion, cadet champion, he is seasoned beyond his years, and he's made a big impact on this Iowa program.
You can see already, Lee does not like to operate. He takes a deep shot right there. He's able to come out the back door here. We'll see if Rivera's got that lock in the crotch there. See if he's able to go ahead and Lee's able to go ahead and turn back in. It looks like he's going to be in a good position to do that. Trying to do an ankle pass right now is Rivera. Sees elbow deep around that. Try to take the initiative. The referee's been calling this a stalemate relatively quickly.
And the stalemate is called. They'll go back to the center on their feet.
Yep. actually a potentially dangerous call. Good call there by the official.
Rivera, New Jersey prep. The first two weight classes are Pennsylvania versus New Jersey preps.
Already this match is a little bit more tight, you know, as far as their space goes. Rivera able to go ahead and get to that shot. He likes to drift one direction or the other and hit those low shots at the ankle, and he had a lot of success. He took Lee down 3 times in that match in the Midlands Finals, all with different techniques.
Rivera, the first recruit for interim head coach Matt Stornialo when he got the head job, and Rivera was his first recruit, and he was somewhat off the radar, but he was recruiting a great attitude according to the coach. We saw Rivera's fearless earlier. He stepped up to wrestle Stevan Micic at 133, the two #1 ranked wrestlers in the nation at 125 and 133. Micic was able to win that in, with pretty ease, but it was a great statement by Rivera that he's just looking to get better and looking to be challenged.
You know, every season, Tim, win national championships, it doesn't get easier. Nice little head pick right there. Collar tie going really hard, trying to hit that ankle pick there on Lee on that lead leg. You can see the quickness that Rivera possesses.
Question
Very
for
dangerous.
You. You'd say at the end of the first period, if you went 0-0 with Lee, you'd be your advantage. But from a Rivera standpoint, having taken him down several times in the first period last time, what do you think right here?
I think you're exactly right. I think it's advantage here for Lee, to be able to go ahead and go neutral in that first period. That sounds funny to say that, so it's such a great question. So here you've got Rivera. He's trying to go ahead and he's got to go ahead and take a little riding time down because Lee is so tough in the top position. You just don't want to turn this into a 4-minute riding match. A quick escape here would really be advantage for Lee. Nice job of Rivera by following, but he doesn't have his grip high enough to get a decent mat return. Drops in on the leg. Lee coming hard with that whizzer, and he gets the escape.
And then 25 seconds of a ride for Rivera. Lee on his feet. They're neutral, and it's 1-0. Spencer Lee, the defending NCAA champion, true freshman last year, came out of red shirt in the middle of the season, was recovering from ACL surgery, and took his brace off in the NCAA finals and beat Nick Suriano in the finals, who we'll see next at 133. Suriano from Rutgers, moving up to 133.
Really important part of this match here for Rivera. Now that he's given up the escape and only has 25 seconds of riding time, it's really incumbent on him to get something working on the feet, because if he's able to get a takedown, which he doesn't look like he's going to with the hands locked right there around the waist. A good mat return gets it.
Things going Spencer Lee's way right now for the Hawkeyes. Out front 3-0 with that takedown.
Well, I think he'll look back at this match and say that was my opportunity to be aggressive and go down with my shot, as opposed to waiting for Lee to go ahead and get on the advantage right there. And Lee, being the champion, senses that little strength that he had right there at the end and kind of powered in and got around behind, and good mat returns, they go off. So Lee, very good in the top position. Let's take a look at this takedown. Just a little snap down, underhook, a little duck under right there, a little front trip action maybe. Yep, comes up, lifts up with the hips.
Set.
Good mat return.
Hang on a second, stop.
Really in control.
Riding time, right?
Lee coming on
Yeah,
to
he went down. He scored.
the
That
top.
should
They're
be.
going to look at the
Are we good? Yeah,
riding time.
He was down. He
to
started
make sure
down,
it's
so he had
correct.
to give up some. Set. Red cover. Set.
Now Rivera was able to get out in the last match, but that's a little bit different animal here now when Lee wants to be in the top position. So strong up there. Latches on, and from a strategic standpoint and with the score, it's all been Spencer Lee to this point.
You know how the coaches, they're recruiting earlier and earlier. Wrestlers are being watched from the time they're small. Tom Brand says he has been impressed with Spencer Lee since he was 110 pounds. Been watching him for a long time, and he says he has made a big impact with his humble example as a team leader, and he's only a sophomore.
Well, I think you said it perfectly there, Tim, is that his presence last year on his path to winning NCAA titles. Remember, he got beat in the Big Ten championships in the semis. So he just has that maturity that you just wouldn't expect out of a guy that's a freshman. But he's done a lot of winning at the lower on the freestyle circuit. Of course, 3-time state champion in high school. Just has all the tools.
Spencer Lee was third in the Big Tens last year before he won the NCAAs. Nathan Tomasello, the graduated senior, 4-time All-American national champion. Nathan Tomasello was last year's champion for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Look where he's got that wrist, Tim, that left wrist of Rivera up there high. He's got the wrist now behind the back. Rivera able to pop to his feet and get the escape. So 3-1 score. Riding time at 1:18, so Rivera really has to get on his offense. It's now.
Well, you just said it, because Spencer Lee caught him not being on his offense earlier, created his own with that duck under and the drive, and the key to Rivera is staying on his offense and wrestling his match.
The part of tournament wrestling, Tim, is knowing when you're out of it, not waiting for the last 20 seconds of the third period. Recognize the strategy's not going your way. Stall warning on Lee in that instance. Good shoot. Good job of shooting Lee off the mat by Rivera, but he needs to get a takedown and a ride out here.
And he needs to do it fast.
Working hard with that double underhook. If he can get the stall warning here, that could assist him here. Good job of Lee holding him off.
Now they threw the brick. That's Jimmy Kennedy is the initiator, the assistant coach there of the brick.
Now they're looking for the hands to the face call, and I think that's pretty wise of the Northwestern coaching staff there. A hands to the face call.
It is or it isn't.
Yeah, they basically would eliminate riding time at that point. See if we can find it on our replay. Right here, clearly in that triangle. Wouldn't be surprised to see that called.
And there's no warning. It's if they decide to call hands to the face, it'll be one, and you're right then. That takes away the need.
Yeah, no question about it.
The need for to take care of that riding time, because that riding time right now is almost as good as Lee's, unless the takedown could happen in the next 5 seconds. A minute 18 riding time for Spencer Lee right now with 23 seconds left in regulation.
Matt Sorochinski, the official, and Mike McCormick both taking a look at it. Yep, it's been called at 1 point. Hands to the face. Pretty obvious call at that point. That has been a point of emphasis as we talk about almost every match. But what that was a darn good job out of the Northwestern corner of seeing that and throwing that brick immediately. Now it gives Rivera an opportunity with a takedown and a ride out, basically to tie the match.
Hands to the face.
Tough duty as well against the national champion.
Right to his face. Here we go.
And here we go, 23 seconds left, or 30 seconds. They put 30 seconds on the board, and Rivera in on the single leg.
Look at those hips, though, of Lee. He's able to hold him off. Going right into the whizzer. Gets to the far ankle. That's got to be close. Yes.
Gets to 15 seconds left on the edge of the mat.
He's got to stay on the leg here. That would be my best advice here for him. You start getting the count, you can go ahead and move him off.
If he hangs on here, we'll go to overtime because Lee has riding time.
Yep. And Rivera thinks he's won the match right now. Yep.
So here we go. Sudden victory, 1 minute on the clock. Any score wins. There's been a stalling call on Lee. So whatever kind of point.
Watch this. Right there, right back at you.
Could be a hands to the face.
Incredible. on a line drive. Holy crap. You see Mike McCormick and who's the side judge at number 24, Matt Sorenchinsky. He's taking a good look at that.
And we talked, any score right here would win the match. So if they do call this a hands to the face, Spencer Lee would be the champion.
Take another look.
Let's see it again.
High.
It's up above.
Yeah, unless there's something else that we haven't seen.
I want to see the brick get thrown.
Yeah, not in that triangle of eyes and nose.
No.
Maybe we don't know that for sure. Let's see what the call is.
All right, so we go. Here's Matt Storniello, the head coach of Northwestern, on the sidelines, as his assistant coach Jim Kennedy got his call, but the Iowa coaching staff did not get theirs. You saw the difference from where the hand landed.
Well, let's look for that lateral quickness here. Rivera, is he able to go ahead? And this good job by Lee tying him up here. Wants to break free. Rivera does. Looking for that step in. Now is an opportunity to get a little bit of angle here. Both guys scrapping pretty hard. Lee back in on a shot. Plenty of time for both of these guys to score. Shot there by Lee. He's got his head out. Wrinkle in the back of the net. Good job by Rivera. Coming back to a double. He gets it. Wonderful scramble by those two men. Lee had a shot almost dead to rights. Had the wrinkle in the back of his neck. And somehow Rivera pulls a left-handed underhook and drives him through and scores at the edge of the mat. Impressive win.
The sophomore, Rivera from Northwestern, wins his first Big Ten championship. Northwestern gets a champ. Boy, you were right, Jim. Spencer Lee had that. And let's go down to Shane, who's with the champion.
All right, TJ, what a way to start out these Big Ten championships. You speak about poise. You came from behind, the mentality during that showdown.
You just got to tell yourself, even when you're down, you ain't going to lose. And then good things start happening. You know, I was not losing that match. I was not walking out of here a loser. My dad's right there. I ain't walking out of here a loser. There's no way. No way.
What are you most excited about? In a couple of weeks in Pittsburgh, you'll be in the mix for a national title.
Those matches. Let's have some fun. That's what I love. You see this crowd? You see how loud it was in here? That shit was awesome. Let's do that again.
Congratulations, Sebastian. Sebastian Rivera of Northwestern, Big Ten champion. Great way to start the party.
Let's have some fun. Northwestern, one finalist, one champion. 125 is in the books.